That is going to do it for this section. We covered a ton of ground, so I wanted to take a quick minute here to recap and solidify some of the core concepts that we covered. So, number one, we talked about creating a weekly productivity planner. We did that, of course, on the daily notes page. I typically do those on Mondays of every week, but you can experiment with that and your mileage may vary there. Within that weekly productivity planner, we reviewed the overall framework. That, of course, included the planner itself. Here at the very highest level, that top level heading, underneath that, we talked about what contexts are. That's basically your project layer of the framework. And then underneath each context, we nested different tasks. Beneath the task layer, we talked about the three sort of core concepts there that make up a task. We got next steps, the log, and the resources. We talked about what each one of those are and how to use them. And then we zoomed back out and we talked about using the inbox and up next sections as different places to park things that you're not necessarily working on in that given week. The inbox is new stuff that's flying in and you want a quick place to capture it. And the up next section is sort of a context specific backlog, so to speak. From there, we did a weekly review. This is the absolute bedrock of the whole thing. And I think going over that ritual together was a really important part of the process to make sure you instill that, make sure you get mileage out of this method if you're going to move forward with using it. Really prioritize making that weekly review happen on a weekly basis. I think you'll see great results from it. And then we discussed the use of filters and queries and how to use those to change the views of different things you're seeing. So filters are a nice way. I use those a lot to narrow down the results that I'm seeing on a given page to only see things that I really want to see in that moment. And then we talked about queries. Once again, I think those are kind of optional, but you can experiment with those and see what you think for yourself. And then finally, we talked about different ways to access the planner. So how do you get back to your planner from other places in your graph? What are the different ways you can do that? You can view it from the daily notes page. You can view it from the planner page itself and see a more historical view. You can drill in and see specific projects and see the historical view that way. And you can also view your logs from the daily notes page to get a nice historical view of what it is that you've been working on. So that'll do it for this section. Again, thanks for going through that with me. I really hope you enjoy it, and I'll look forward to seeing you here in the next section of the course.